Um, for the first question, I'm currently majoring in the master degree of mechatronics engineering at the University of Wollongong, and I specialize in production line and robotic arm design and configuration. I've not only attained distinction grades for all of my robotics related subjects at uni so far, but also designed and simulated a robotic arm for nut and washer picking and also tightening. I have also simulated the dynamic response of an electric motor on MATLAB during the course of my degree so far. As you can probably see, that research and development is something that I am very passionate about, and I saw that you have a position opening in the technology for development department, and I believe this is something that worth fighting for. In fact, I used to be an intern working in the Chinese Academy of Science, which is the biggest R&D institution in China. I believe that being innovative and thinking outside the box is definitely something that um, um, that is my biggest strengths. And the technology for development department in your company is definitely somewhere that I can add my value to. As for the second question, so after my first semester at University of Wollongong, I had the privilege to be, elected as one of the uni representatives to compete with other universities. It's called the Innovative Program. I'm not sure if you have heard it or not, but anyway, so we are helping a data analysis company based in Brisbane, to provide information of what they need to do next for a particular project that they were running at that moment. And my team had a very diverse background, both academically and ethnically. So from my previous experience, I knew that students who join this type of university programs have two main reasons. One is to actually participate in whatever the company is asking for or the program is asking for, and to actually gain experience from it, and from an actual working environment. The second type is pessimistically speaking, is more about to simply have something to write in their resume. Um, because I was sort of aware of it in the beginning, so I decided to open up about this question in order to make sure that everyone is on the same page in the very beginning. Even if someone has different thoughts, we can know it like at an early stage instead of way late, instead of too late. And it turns out that everyone said, well, they want to be they want to have some actual work done, instead of just writing something on their resume. And yeah, so and but after that, things didn't really go so well. It just didn't go so well. And after 1 week of collaboration, I found that one of the team members, never show up in the team meeting, and nothing tangible was done, and it was pretty frustrating. And the team was getting more and more upset, and becoming more passive in terms of delivering tasks in time. Because I was a team leader, I sensed it, and I felt responsible, for helping the team to get back together. So I talked to the rest of the team first, and asked for their opinions and thoughts on this issue. Then I talked to the sort of the problematic member for her thoughts and opinions. And turns out that it wasn't because that she was procrastinating or anything like that. It's simply because she was having what's called a winter semester, while everybody else, every other member, including me, were doing our break. So she had way less time to contribute to her to this program, and everyone showed understanding after she explained everything and we finally reallocated the work and the tasks. And as a result, we provided a pretty good result. We provided several future plans for the company, and they really liked it. And I'm still in touch with them, so which is pretty good. So for the third question, I'll say in my second semester of my master's study, one of the assignments for one of the subjects is to practice the theories I learned in the lectures to a real life scenario. The project didn't seem to relate to the theories I learned at all when I first look at it, to be honest. So I think the first step that I need to do for this one is to identify what the project is really asking, and I spent a bit of time to analyze the problem statement, and I realized that it has something to do with the suspension performance prediction for a newly designed wheelchair. Because the company are designing this type of wheelchair for a specific group of people, I then asked the company what the characteristics are for the targeted group, and that includes their size and weights and data like that. And then I applied the relevant theories to practice, and I listed 3 possible solutions for the company. Each of them can be considered as optimal, since every one of them has their pros and cons. It just depends on whether the company wants to go for a lower quality for lower price, or a high quality for high price, or somewhere in the middle. Depends on what the targeting group's financial status is like. I told them that the simulation I did has some assumptions in the beginning. It's mainly because I only had a few weeks to work on this project among all of my subjects assignments, and I was not really up to the point where I can simulate a very complex model. So and just so some of my parameters I said was in an ideal situation, which is something that I preset, to make it as close to reality but not quite. It's easier for calculation. And I told them that proper maintenance and monitoring may be required before the actual commencement of the production. So it turned out that they liked my analysis, and they liked my honesty as well. So and they actually told me that they can spend less time in the R&D period, which is pretty good. That's pretty satisfactory for me. So the question that I'd like to ask you is that if I started to work with you, what sort of projects or what sort of tasks that I'm expected to do in the beginning, so that I can get well prepared for this one. And thank you.